Those old school 1980, it just brings back the 86 Giants. And I mean, I'm too sexy for your Dexy. Sexy Dexy Lawrence was all over the place. The Giants D-line absolutely dominated the football game. I mean, pushing people in the face of Howell. Of course, the 6 sacks. We know, the unbelievable job Wink Martindale does stressing out the line of scrimmage and finding ways to stress out protections, I should say. And then even not all of them were like, yeah, big guy, get down low. Not all these were like unbelievable pressure. Some of it was coverage too, where you could see Howell had nobody open, he's holding the ball, and then the walls caved in on him. But the Giants, as we've seen, when they play this style of game, 17-14, 17-10, that's where they are. The game goes past 24, they got no chance. But in this right here, and this is their wheelhouse, like they almost upset Buffalo last week, they're very comfortable in that game. They won 14-7. It shouldn't have been that close, right? I mean, they made some mistakes, certainly, and really should have won by at least 2 scores in this football game.
Every time I see those uniforms, I think of one of my most cherished possessions, the Lawrence Taylor jersey, which he signed like he wrote a whole paragraph concluding with a bad mother
jamma
effer. Man, he did not include any dashes. It's all right there.
It's all there
great.
in plain writing.
I don't know what this superlative is going to be, and I'm trying to do it in a way that's respectful to Justin Fields. But Tyson Bagent is pretty good. And I don't know what that means for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Matt Eberflus, the coach of the Bears, said after the game yesterday, there's no controversy. Fields is a starter. That's fine. But when you're a one-win team and your starter isn't playing and you've got an undrafted kid from Division II Shepherd University who grew up in Martinsburg, West Virginia, walking out of the tunnel to iconic Soldier Field.
Yeah.
And that place is legendary
it's
and
cool.
iconic and everything about it. And look at the swagger Tyson Bagent had.
Certainly wasn't, scared
And it wasn't anything fluky.
Deer in the
They
headlights.
beat the hell out of the Raiders.
What?
They beat the hell out of them.
Yes, they did.
Deontay Foreman, 3 touchdowns. Tyson Bagent has the touchdown pass. He had that great run. He had 60-plus people there. As you said last night, he's playing for free this week, paying for all those tickets. Maybe one of these days he'll have a suite with Magic.
Oh.
Maybe the family will be crammed in there. But it's incredible what this kid's done. And, the buzz was there in training camp.
Yes, it was.
They really like him.
Right.
He's going to be the number 2 quarterback. He's going to be the number 2 quarterback. And here's the opportunity to play. And we may see him on Sunday night. If Justin Fields can't go, it's going to be Tyson Bagent on Sunday night, Chargers-Bears.
The Bears are playing better football. That's for sure. Eberflus doing a good job coaching the defense on that side of the ball. Offensively, we know they've been better, even before Justin Fields got hurt. Yesterday, high percentage passes. He made some plays outside the pocket that we just saw there, ran a few times, made a few plays in the pocket, had an awesome sidearm throw down the middle of the field at one point in the football game. But you said it right. I mean, that was a butt whooping the Bears put on them. The Bears just out-hit them. They ran on them at will. They found easy ways to get short completions, and you never felt like the Raiders were going to ever really be able to move the ball on that side throughout the game. I mean, it really was. It was disappointing for the Raiders to have that type of performance. Brian Hoyer, of course, with some bad turnovers. That wasn't good. And then they can't find ways to make any explosive plays on the offense. They're one of those teams where it's like if Devontae Adams doesn't go off right now, it's kind of like, well, who else is going to do something? Because they've lost their ability to run the ball, and Josh Jacobs is not the same guy as last year.
They were forcing the ball to Devontae Adams
my gosh.
in response to his
Yes,
complaints. 12 targets, 7 catches, 57 yards. It still wasn't enough. I don't know why they didn't go with Aiden O'Connell as the starter. He eventually came in and played for Brian Hoyer. And, Jimmy Garoppolo was injured. But, they showed some promise. They'd won a couple in a row, beat the Packers, beat the Patriots. They were at 3-3. But after yesterday's game, McDumbass was trending again on Twitter. I know it's been a long day for the Raiders when McDumbass is trending on Twitter because the Raiders fans come out in full force. They want McDaniels out when they have a rough game like that.
Yeah, well, it was rough. And, he's an offensive football coach, and, they're missing their starting quarterback, and their running back held out. And, their offense has not, in training camp, I should say. And then, their offense has not looked very good this year, where last year, of course, You know, it was the leading receiver in football, the leading running back in football, and, you know, Derek Carr, who really just didn't play great football altogether, and they still seem better and more competitive than they are at moments this year. They're 3-4, but it's an ugly 3-4. Well, I got to go to, you know, your team here, your favorite team, black and yellow. But I guess my superlative is who needs eyelids? Who needs eyelids when you're going to L.A., as Mike Tomlin said? They don't blink. You know, in a game where you just go, feels like they're being outplayed. The Rams are kind of moving the ball up and down the field, doing a lot of things that way. But the defense and special teams, the other two phases of the game, are what continue to just be an annoyance or just something to admire about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, they got a little run game going late in the football game and started to wear down the Rams. But, I mean, really the play of the day, of course, was T.J. Watt with the interception to start the third quarter. That was an unbelievable moment because it's Rams 9-3. You felt like they were in control. They had kind of been moving the ball pretty well in the first half. And there they are. They got T.J. Watt at nickelback, and he reads Cooper Kupp making an outbreaking route on a little option route. He undercuts it, catches it with his hands. I mean, played it unbelievable for a guy that's supposed to be rushing the passer. I've never seen anything like the Steelers. The Steelers, you know, like I said, outplayed in a lot of ways, but find ways to win the football game because of their physicality, and they just never take their foot off the gas.
And your complaint, to paraphrase something you said yesterday, the reason you don't like this is it puts them in the playoffs when they shouldn't be there, and they come up against a team that kicks
and
the
then we
crap
go, man, the first wild card game stunk because
Chiefs. I picked them to win that game, and they were up 7-0 thanks to T.J. Watt.
Right.
You got nervous, but then it was like
38 to
it was
something,
horrible. It was bad.
Like
I think it was worse than that.
That's what I worry about.
All right, last one very quickly. This is the Where's Waldo Award, and this is a serious issue in this climate of legalized gambling. The Bijan Robinson situation yesterday, it was our highest traffic story on the website. Everybody wanted to know where the hell Bijan Robinson was. They rarely used him. He had like 3 snaps in the first half, finally got a touch late in the game. The team had no updates. There was no announcement before the game that he was sick. There was nothing in the game that he wasn't feeling well. Arthur Smith told Christina Pink of Fox after halftime that he wasn't feeling well. After the game, Smith said something along those lines. I'm sorry, folks. This isn't acceptable. NFL, if you want to grab every last dollar you can from DraftKings and FanDuel and everyone else, and you want to support this and hype this, and you have to insist on your teams being transparent. You can't allow a guy who was a top 10 pick, one of the fantasy darlings, prop bets, all of that, to just hardly play, and the team never said boo about it, and they just shrug after the fact. As I said earlier with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, there has to be a disincentive created by the league stronger than the incentive to keep your mouth shut.
That's right.
Strategically.
Yeah.
So the Buccaneers don't know they're not going to see Bijan Robinson. There has to be something that is out there for people to know, and that's for the league to figure out. And I've asked the league twice now, and I'm going to have to ask them 3 times. I'm going to ask them 4 times. I'm going to keep asking them. What is your comment on what happened yesterday? Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.